he's, I guess, immensely talented. The amount of, I guess, power he has, but the class that he's got is pretty special. And he's a player that kind of puts pressure from ball one. I think he doesn't have that sense of fear of being dismissed. But he also uses, I guess, his skill set and his strengths to put pressure on you as a bowler. He makes sure he uses the right matchups in terms of, what's going to get him the most amount of runs. And I guess, unfortunately for me, I was probably that matchup throughout the series. So he really, really tried to take me down every time I kind of came on. But also it was great for me as well because for me it was about going, okay, well, I know that he's going to come and try and take me on. How do I kind of tackle that? And I felt like I did a great job, especially in this last test in Mumbai, where I made sure that I kept it flat to him, kept it quicker, but also kept him guessing on what was coming next. He was still batting really well, and we knew as long as he was at the crease, there was a lot of pressure on us. So yeah, it was about continuing to challenge him and make him, I guess, now start guessing what is coming next and what delivery is going to be coming next at what pace, what length. And it's really, I guess, out the box when it comes to Test cricket because, I mean, Test cricket's all about control and putting the ball in good areas for long periods of time. But sometimes for players like that, if you put two balls in a good area, then the third one's going to go for four or six. So it's about, yeah, I guess challenging them differently to others as you would. But yeah, certainly he's got the power game and he's got the touch game as well. So it makes him a dangerous player, and he's very fast on his feet. Whether he's going forward or going back, he moves really well in terms of using the crease and continuing to kind of put pressure on you as a bowler. So yeah, he's a great player, and I think you can't take credit away from him. He's had a great series and batted exceptionally well. Yeah, I guess one thing that helped Rishabh was the fact that he was left-handed and the ball was turning in. But at the same time, I wouldn't say like the other batters were overly attacking, but at the same time, I guess the difference with Rishabh was one, I guess he was the man in form, and he was the man that was probably seeing the ball better than most people throughout this whole series. Um, but at the same time, I guess he just used the right options at the right time. Whether it was running down the wicket to a certain ball or sitting back to a different ball. I mean, I had a great battle with him in this Mumbai test where when he was trying to run down, I was getting quicker and flatter, and then once I started slowing him up, knowing that he was in the crease, he then started going back and using that to his advantage. So then it changed me to then have to start bowling quicker again, and those kind of the things, as a bowler and a batsman that you start to think about and really get into the game, and that little bit of cat and mouse between the batter and the bowler. And I guess that's something that he did really well. He read the conditions and he read, I guess, the style of play that he needed for those conditions. And he batted differently in all the games, to be fair. Like in Bangalore, he took his time and picked the right balls. In Pune, he watched Mitch, knowing that there was a bit more at that end. And then when it came to my end, he looked to make the most of it because I probably wasn't getting as much turn. And then in Mumbai, he looked to kind of take advantage when I was going with a certain plan and use that to his advantage. So, yeah, I mean, the man's a very, very good cricketer. He's a special cricketer, and anytime you're up against him, I think you got to watch out because if he's in form, it's going to be a real challenge.